Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video we are going to turn one of these $3 Dollar Tree Plus wood signs. We're going to turn it into an American flag or something that gives you the vision of that using, and it's going to totally be my colors. Using some plaster, Waverly paint, a little bit of brown stain. I have a whole bag of freshwater mussels that I picked up in Hilton Head. I think it was off to the side of one of the long piers at Harbor Town. Many years ago, I didn't know what I was going to even do. Oh no, this says Savannah. Maybe I don't remember exactly where I got them. It says 2012. So we're going to use that. I have a couple of starfish. And then, unless the other project takes way too long, we're going to make a cute little wreath that will be wrapped with this. And it's going to have a whole bunch of these Dollar Tree sand dollars on it. That's the plan. Anyways, as you're hopping on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. And let's just get started. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the whole entire surface using plaster, colored Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. And I'm going to use this kind of yucky brush that I already have out and a paper plate. And I am going to spray a little bit of water on this because the Waverly paint is so thick. Also, I'm going to grab an apron because I don't want to have a zillion little flecks of plaster paint on my cute little summery dress thing. So as you're hopping on, say hello. I don't like to stand in my craft room and talk to myself, and sometimes it feels that way. Okay, we'll get back to the painter's tape in just a second. You can do a great job at painting this or not. It totally does not matter. It does not have to be perfect for sure. And I've already done one so that we would be able to move on from this step, but I want to show you how easy this is. This is going to be so cute. It's going to be so natural. And in case you can't get out to find some freshwater mussels that look like this, I'm going to also show you how you could do it with some of these little Dollar Tree seashells. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Let me get my little heating gadget. We really just need this top corner to dry. I did, on the one over here, I did paint the in between the splats, and I painted most of the back so that it will look nice from every direction. Okay, let's say that's good enough. And then I'm going to use some blue painter's tape to mark off that little area in the top left corner. Is this going the right way? do believe it is the correct corner that I'm going to put it on. So I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going to take that area off with some blue painter's tape. Goodness gracious, I'm getting paint everywhere. And I just basically eyeballed this on the other one. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this probably is going to bleed a little bit, this next step, but that is okay, and it will totally be fixable with a little paint. Okay, so to do this next step, I just got out my handy dandy jar of diluted brown stain. This is good to have because I usually like my stain diluted a little bit. So if you have a pickle jar or any kind of jar, what the heck going on here? You might think about mixing up some stain just so you always have it handy. This should not be such a messy project. Okay, so I dipped a different sponge brush into some stain. And I'm just going to apply it to this area. And then I'm going to scrunch up a paper towel, see what that looks like. And I'm just going to kind of and I like the way that looks. Looks like my paint must have not been completely dry, but I don't care. Okay, and let's just pull this up here real quick. I'll show you how easy it is to touch it up, and then we'll go on to the fun part. Okay, so I'm going to just quick touch up these edges just a little bit. Okay, it's good enough. So, are you here or am I talking to myself? I am not seeing any comments. That's always concerning. Okay, so this is the one I just did. Set it over there. And I'll bring out the one that I did beforehand that is ready to go on to the next steps. Okay, now I see some comments. That always worries me. It's, you know, not that I worry about Facebook so much as I worry that I did something goofy to turn it off or something like that. Okay, so this is what I have. This is the one that I made before. And what we're going to do is, you could do this whole project with some of these little plastic starfish that you can get at Dollar Tree and some little seashells. And I'm going to use some of that stuff on the next project. But for this one, I'm going to use a starfish, and you could do more, and some of these little freshwater mussels. Okay, and I'm going to use a variety of different kinds of glue because I want it to stick, and it might end up being a little bit heavy. So I'm going to use a little bit of my favorite, Shermander Cool Shot, and then I'm going to use a little bit of E6000. Okay, and let's start. Sorry about that. Let's start with the star. So this is an actual starfish. Who knows when it was found or how that all happened, but I purchased a bag of these many, many years ago. So I didn't kill this starfish, in case you're worrying about that. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do to get this on is I'm going to have to really glue the ends of each little, and then hope that that kind of disappears. When it's all dry, I can always use that heating device to warm up the glue that might be squishing out and to scrape that off. Just get it on good enough. Okay, and then, like I said at the beginning of this video, I have a whole bag of, I believe these are freshwater mussels. If you know different, if I'm completely wrong, please tell me. And I just pulled out a bunch that have sort of some interesting colors. These were probably in water for a long, long time. And I'm just going to, how did I decide I was going to do this? I'm putting these in the center of each row. Yeah, that's how I decided. So, to put one little blob. Okay, why two kinds of glue? That's a very good question, Heidi. The reason why is because hot glue can become kind of brittle, and if this is heavy and hanging on a door, I don't want it to fall off. Also, it makes the process a little quicker if you use both hot glue and some like E6000. If you have another kind of glue that you prefer, go use that. So I'm just kind of, I'll lift this up when I get to the end and show you. I'm just kind of layering them, going across. So what do you guys think so far? Who has seashells? In my basement, I have bag after bag after bag of all kinds of things, from seashells to pieces of coral to actual sand from a beach. That is one of my favorite souvenirs to take home from a beach trip. It's probably the main thing. That and I love to bring home pine cones. Linda says she has tons of seashells, and Jeanette says that she likes to do that too. Okay, so here is the start. This is going to be so pretty in my kitchen. I don't know, when we're all finished, I want you guys to tell me, do I need to do something else to it? Does it need, for example, like a bow or something like that? Okay, let's figure out our next row. start with this one. Hi April, how are you doing? Okay. Let's keep going. And then we're gonna crank this out, and then I have another project that's gonna it's sort of the same idea, not exactly. That's low temperature, but it still is hot. It's still hot. Hi Marjorie, I'm great, thank you. How are you doing? Some of these are so pretty that I kind of want to save them and make Mary, Joseph, and Jesus art this next Christmas. Okay. This is my interpretation, by the way, or my spin on a mixture of ideas that I saw on Pinterest during one of my nights when I just couldn't sleep. So I know I'm not the only one to have ever made a flag. Which way does that need to go? Out of seashells. That is not working out very well. Let's try a different shell. Let's do that one. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I'm super excited. Thank you for sprinkling, Carolyn. I really appreciate that. Diane Kane says she loves it. Marjorie Clippinger says it's beautiful. And if I was doing it with just a whole bunch of little seashells, I would just randomly stick them in a big mound of glue and let them dry. And that's how I would do that. Down right. Diane Kane says that she lives on Cape Cod and she has many shells. I have so many, you know, they're cream colored generally, so they go great in my decor. Let me decide, what do I want? Yeah, I'll do that. So the hot glue is really more of a quick, it secures your item to your project quickly. The E6000 is more permanent. Oh, I think that looks pretty. I'd rather have that one. Maybe I would. I'm just looking on each shell to see what part. So be thinking, this is my interpretation of a beachy American flag. Wood, and I'm gonna hang it somewhere in my kitchen this summer. Do you think that I need to add a bow or anything else to it? Isn't that cute? Okay, I will get pictures. I think it's pretty. Obviously, it doesn't have the right number stars or stripes, but you get the concept when you see it. Linda White says she loves it. Norma says no bow. Carolyn says no bow. Penny says she likes it as is. Ramona says it's really cute. This was so easy, you guys. I mean, seriously, this is just a $3 wood sign for Dollar Tree Plus. Painted the whole thing. We'll do the next craft in just a second. With plaster Waverly chalk paint. Used some of my little homemade brown stain and kind of put it on and wiped it off. And that's it. Okay, let's set this all over here and begin the next project. All right, I bought a package of 2 of these floral wire things that you can create a mini wreath with at Dollar Tree. It was 2 for $1.25, and I'm gonna use the other one when I'm ready and have it figured out to create this like wind chimey thing for the back deck, but I don't have the supplies that I need just yet. So, and I'm going to use some of this. This is burlap ribbon. It's 9 feet from Dollar Tree, and it is wired. So we'll see if I have enough. I might actually have enough. Okay, so let's just start at anywhere. I'm going to cut this off. I don't want this to be, oh, there we go. That was easy. So I'm going to start right here at one of the like seams. And I'm just going to be wrapping this around and around and around and around. And then we'll add some faux seashells, some of these faux sand dollars, and maybe starfish. And then I will think on it and come back in a day or two with some further ideas for it. So I'm just basically going to thread it and twist it around and around and around, and I will glue it every so often. This is mostly going to be covered up. So what did you guys think about that first project, the flag? I thought it turned out pretty cute. Sometimes the simplest projects just are the best, I think. I might not have enough. I have already used some of this roll, so my guess is that a 9-foot roll from Dollar Tree, these are $1.25, would be sufficient. And then these little leaves, they come a package of 2. I don't know. I can get my ruler out in just a minute and sort of measure to tell you roughly how big they are, but I don't have the tag anymore. Just barely short. Okay. So that's where I ended, and I'm just going to get a little more ribbon out and finish it up. Burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, by the way, is something that, it's like rope. If I see it, I will grab some, because it seems like normally when you're going to want it, you can't find it, which is super frustrating. So, okay, so I just added that piece right on where I was rolling. I don't think you'll even be able to tell. Okay. One more. A little bit. And it's going to have stuff on it, so you won't see that some of those rows are narrower and some are wider. Okay, there's tons of things that you could use on this. For simplicity, because I just want you to get this easy idea, and then you do your spin of it. And I probably will hang it, so we might as well put that on right now. Something like this. Then I'll make a knot and do some little dovetails, and it'll be sweet. It might end up having a bow. Okay, so here's what I have to work with. I have these packages of 3 poly silver dollars. These are like sand dollars. And I am not sure how many we will need. Each set of 3 of these is $1.25. I may, you know what, as I'm looking at it, I may want to do something like this. I always like to have my things be slightly off center. And then I might want to do some of these little seashells and a mix of some other things. I don't know. Okay, this is going to need to go down first. So tell me what you think. Should I add more of the sand dollars, or, and I'm doing both kinds of glue again, or should I just do one sand dollar and then do the rest of it with, did I get that even glued in the right spot? Should I do the rest of it with smaller things? Or I could even do what do you guys think? Let's see. One sand dollar and the 2 starfish is what Penny says. Cluster of sand dollars and starfish and small shells is what Alice says. Excuse my fingers. Can I paint the starfish? Yes, I can. And in fact, I have been working on this other project. It's not ready. But I used a spray paint from Walmart and some of this gold folk art metallic paint. So yes, I certainly could, and that might be very pretty. But I think I want this to be pretty simple. So can't decide. What should I do? Should I do just one starfish on the bottom and then do a cluster of different seashells kind of going up and maybe some little seashells going out? That is what I'm thinking. So let's do that. And figure out how this is going to stay on here the best. Oh my goodness, my hands are covered in glue and okay, so Tina Marie's asking me, would you hot glue or Mod Podge the burlap material on a wood round from Dollar Tree? Are you going to put another layer on top of that? I would try the Mod Podge. And I would make sure that you're using the matte, not the shiny, because the shiny might look funny. And you could just clip a teeny little piece of your burlap and Mod Podge that on the back of your wood round to see how it dries, how it looks. Oops, I put this on the wrong side. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to, I got busy talking and forgot what I was doing. Darn, I hate it when that happens. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing. Could you use sand dollar star than sand dollars? Yeah, you could totally do this. Absolutely, whatever appeals to you. And my goal here is not to make the most beautiful, most amazing craft, although I do like to do that, and I think the other one turned out that way. It's more to inspire you, to give you ideas that are quick and easy and affordable and fun and different. Okay, so let's add a few seashells to this. Yeah, I definitely think that I need some seashells on here. Woo, these are hard to hold on to. These seashells, I believe, also came from Dollar Tree, and they're real, but they're really pretty, I think. And I'm not going crazy with the glue for the little ones. So I think I will do something more elaborate, like some kind of bow right here. But what do you guys think so far? Do you like the idea? Peggy says that she likes things off center too. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Just something. Okay, let me grab the other project. And we'll look at that one more time. And then I will finish everything up off camera. I'll get pictures and post those here. Love, what's this to? I'm loving that. Oh my goodness. Loving this one. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. I think this would be just as lovely using those small shells. You don't have to have these freshwater mussel shells or whatever these are. They've been in the water and smoothed out for many, many years, and then in a Ziploc bag in my basement for 12. Anyways, I hope that you got some good ideas, that you feel inspired and motivated to do some of these kind of projects for your house or any other gifts, those kind of things. And I so appreciate you joining me. Okay, the ingredients again were this was just a little wood sign, $3 Dollar Tree. I used this paint, but you can use any paint you want. This is called Plaster. It's a Waverly paint from Walmart. I used it's just some stain that I've had hanging around that I'd added water to. These and the starfish are from Dollar Tree. The ribbon is Dollar Tree. And then I used both E6000 and hot glue. And that's basically it. So, super easy peasy and very customizable. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Do a this if you liked it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't hesitate to ask.